Just received my brand new Columbia River Knife and Tool Company CEO knife. I almost did not buy it reading the reviews here on Amazon, but let me show you what I found. Knife is extremely well made. Nice finish on the handle. It's like a G10 scales on the handle. Very, very nice. Very nice. And a lot of people complained about the small thumb stud. It does have a very short thumb stud. And I think the reason I wasn't going to buy it initially is so many reviews said that they couldn't get the knife opened easily. So, look, there's nothing to it. Now, I don't know if they've changed some things on the knife since then, since the initial reviews, but if you look, there's a symbol there for ball bearing. It's a Rogers design, and it has a symbol for a ball bearing pivot. So the knife is very, very nice. I'm very pleased with it. If you look at a Boker or one of those knives, this is a $40 knife, and their knives are, a Boker, for instance, is over $100. But you can see there's no problem opening this knife. Deep pocket clip. Very, 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 very nice knife. So that's it. I highly recommend the CRKT CEO.
Alright, so video review of the CRKT CEO EDC pocket knife. First impressions, this thing is incredibly well put together. As you can see, everything is well machined. The tolerances are very, very tight on everything. Nothing is leaning to the side, everything is perfectly centered. Now, one thing I love about this knife is that inside of both of these sides, there are actual two ball bearings that give it a very smooth, just incredibly smooth motion. So it doesn't take much, you just have to kind of give it a good pop, and boom, out it goes. Once it's out, very handsome knife, as you can see here. The blade, while it's a little thin, it shouldn't really matter. This isn't a knife designed for getting into a fight with, obviously. This is just something that's, for your everyday cutting needs. One thing that some people have expressed concern about is that there's nothing to stop your finger from going forward onto the blade. And that's, I guess, if you were being stupid and holding it like that. But there's three different things. First off, this grip here, it gives as you can see, surprising amount of grip to it. There is a texture to it. It's kind of hard to see here, but it's something that your fingers fall into. Second off, this thumb stud does stick out from the side, and it gives you a place to kind of lock in there. And then thirdly, as you can see here, there's a very drastic curve in on the clip. I actually bent mine in because of it just goes on a piece of fabric, doesn't on a belt or anything. But the way it comes, it goes out even more, so your fingers kind of fall into that. So with those three things combined, it feels very solid. You don't feel like this is going to slip back on you. So yeah. If there's one thing that I would complain about, it's that the way that the liner lock is designed, it's very difficult to close one-handed. You really do have to bring in the second hand, and since my left hand is holding the camera right now, I unfortunately can't do that. But you can take my word for it. With two hands, it's very easy, but with one hand, it's hard to get it that last little millimeter without it just kind of popping back at you, and that's not a good thing. But again, that's really my only complaint about this. Incredibly well built, Comes razor sharp from the factory. I'm probably going to be carrying this for years. I don't see any reason to replace it. It really fulfills all my needs. So yeah, 5 out of 5. Wonderful knife. Would recommend it, and especially right now, if you have Amazon Prime, I believe it's like $20 off, so it's like $30. So nothing really, really no reason to stop you. So again, just incredibly handsome knife, incredibly well made, great value for the price.
This is the CEO knife from CRKT. Online, there are a few comments about whether it's easy or not to open. It's got this little thumb thing, and I find it very simple with a little practice to open it one with a little flick. Very easy if you get it right. If you don't quite get it, you can, yeah, right there. It's a little harder to open with the left hand. I can't do it in one flick, but I can do it by a little extra wrist action. But it can be done. And when you're opening a box, oh, there we go, halfway there. Click. Opening a box with one hand on the box and one hand on the knife, you want to be able to flip it open. So yes, it's possible, but it took a little bit, about a couple of weeks of hanging out and doing nothing but flicking my knife.
Okay, here's a video of it. It's actually pretty good quality. I don't think it's a knockoff. Some other people have thought that some of these were knockoffs. All the corners, everything's sharp and crisp. As you can see, I have the blade preloaded out. That's because it's very difficult to do it one-handed, like everybody says. It is a really nice sharp blade. It does have the ball bearings here, so it's very smooth action, but you do have to grab it with your left hand here at the bottom to assist on opening it. Trying to open it one-handed, I don't have huge hands, I don't think, but it's pretty hard to open it one-handed, and I think that you could probably hurt yourself pretty good doing that. But great size knife to be able to keep in your pockets, like maybe a little bit wider than a pin.
But because of the fact that he had told the courts that, you know, he was getting high and started getting high, so she left. She was gonna leave either way because he had relapsed, was back on the dope again. But yeah, what would you have done? You're getting death threats. People telling you they're on your way out to your house right now. They'll kill you when they get there. Would you have called the cops? Would you have waited for them to...
So from the comments, seems like people are having issues opening this, and I've only owned this since about yesterday. But the trick is you want to push in this general direction on the thumbstick right here, and it comes right out. It's fairly easy to close too, as well.
So if you look at it,
kind of used instead of coming new. See all those scratches on it? Right out the box. So I paid for a used knife.
This is a fantastic everyday carry knife. Super slim, super compact, very low profile, very light, nice texture, very smooth open. The clip is very thin. I know some people aren't a fan of that, but for how low profile this is, it's exactly what you want. Otherwise, it would have to expand and be too bulky. So I am a fan of the thin clip. It's easy to access, easy to push in, to retract, and it does not come out when it is retracted. It stays in there really nice. All around, phenomenal everyday carry. Huge fan. Comes extremely sharp. I did not have to sharpen it at all. Great, great, great purchase.
It's a nice knife. Very well built. Very sharp blade. Seems very durable. Nice pocket hook. One thing it's pretty easy to release. Once I get this done, it'll be that quick. Very nice knife. Very well built. I definitely like to see CRKT. Quite a company. Check out their stuff.
We're gonna go on the bar above my door. Dad.
This is my normal knife. It's nice, it's small, you know, moves kind of fun. Nice little knife. Nothing big. Kind of has some cool stuff. This is the one I ordered in the mail. I didn't realize it was this big. I can't even open it very well. Look at this thing. Look at that. Here it is next to the other one.